Hello everyone, I'm Phoenix Tremayne, and today I'm going to do the weekend review for Young and the Restless. But first, if you haven't done so, please take a minute to subscribe. If you have subscribed, thank you very much, I do appreciate it. Please hit that like button so that YouTube know this is a good channel for soap fans, so they can come on over and be a part of our soap fam. Also, we have a membership where you get exclusive videos, early access to videos. You're gonna get a lot, especially this week. I got some great videos I'm gonna be doing for the membership. These are gonna be some surprise videos. So now's a great time to join the membership. And we're going to talk about Young and the Restless for the week of April 26th to the 30th, where we had Chelsea draw the line and Ray using Connor to get to Adam. She tells him that he's better than them, than her and Adam, which makes him suspicious that Chelsea might actually be guilty. Billy is late to the meeting with Lily and apologizes while telling her what happened with Victor. Nikki warns Victoria cutting Victor Newman out of Newman is a bad idea because, he comes down and he gives her hints and suggestions, and Victoria nipped all that in the bud. Later in the week, Victor also tells Nikki, did you tell her that that's a bad idea? Nikki's like, she's on one that I can't do nothing about it. Victor deal with Syraxis goes through, even though it shouldn't have because that was duress. But, I guess it's gone through. Billy and Lily have a love scene as the show gets closer and closer to everyone not social distancing, because later in the week we also got a love scene from Kyle and Summer, but I'll get there. After always telling Kyle to stay away, Tara goes looking for Kyle. One, to tell him that Ashton wants to make everything right. And then again, she ends up talking to him again, where she ends up showing him a picture of his son. Well, he begs for pictures of his son. And he also wants to know something special about him. And he likes Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. So that's only going to make him want his son back more. The new Amanda begins, temporarily. The new Amanda begins, and she has social distancing with Devon, and later in the week with Amani, and she has a social distance love scene with Devon. So clearly, those characters are still behind in filming, because the show is slowly but surely having everybody sort of intermingling again, but scenes with Phyllis and Nick, even though Nick is now Victor, Nikki, Sharon, he's all in their faces. Victoria, but he still in scenes with Phyllis, he's still social distanced. Nate continues to give Elena the cold shoulder, but he starts cozying up to Lola. Nick and Phyllis pretend to be strangers, and it was really hard to watch as Nick, aka the Don, at an insurance convention, and Phyllis as Linder, owner of the hotel, try to do sort of what they used to do on Modern Family, where the couple pretends to be somebody different to sort of spice up the relationship, but it devolves into Phyllis complaining that he's not being sensual enough, and him complaining that why is she saying that she's a hotel owner when she's supposed to be a different person. Ray questions Chloe. Chloe looks really guilty, but she manages to tell him to basically leave her alone and get away from her. Go find Adam. Sharon keeps Adam's latest call a secret again. So once again, to you fans mad at Ray for being mad at Sharon for all her Adam lies, she's still lying about Adam. Kyle and Jack decide to take Ashton's offer. He wants to do a deal with them, but we know from earlier scenes that Ashton has been maneuvering to take over Jabot. So this deal, it looks like it's going to eventually lead to Ashton probably being able to take over Jabot, probably by the end of May sweeps, but we'll see. Tara gives Kyle a picture of her son. Nina suggests that Esther come out of retirement and work part-time at the Chancellor Mansion, which I found very disappointing. I know that they've been doing little things to try to make the show look like it used to, but at her age and the fact that she inherited money, um, they should have found something new for her to do. Maybe she could have took some of that money she inherited, and she could have been like a secret person going after Syraxis or something. Instead of doing something new with Esther, instead of her being a maid again, but part time. So I just felt it was a missed opportunity to take her character into a new and exciting direction. Sally's weird obsession with Jack continues as she continues to tell people that she's in love with him. My biggest fear is they're going to do to her what they did on Bold and Beautiful, where she became so obsessed with Wyatt she started like pretending to be, having a disease and all that kind of stuff. I don't want Sally to go down that obsession road. There are so many bachelors on here. I would rather her go after Nate or Billy or Kyle, somebody in her age range. But her obsession with Jack is leading her down a road of being fired from another show if they just make her crazy again. Faith passes out the Crimson Lights. We later find out she needs a kidney transplant. And Victor lets him know the only one that's compatible is Adam. So Nick looks for him so that she doesn't have to go on dialysis. Sharon eventually gives him Adam's number. Although she doesn't come up and tell him she has it right away, he has to take her to the side and get her to tell him the truth. Sharon's still protecting Adam even when Faith needs a kidney. And I said on SoFam Live that my mother was on dialysis for at least 10 years. And it's not something that, that's enjoyable. And over time, it does, your skin get discolored and being poked with a needle and, having your blood clean. All of that is not a fun experience. But come Monday, Nick's going to find Adam and there's a tornado, and he's so desperate to get Adam back to Genoa City so that Faith doesn't have to go on dialysis that, he's risking a tornado. When worst case scenario, dialysis for a week is not going to affect her that much. And I don't even think it would be traumatizing to have to go through a week of dialysis. Now, like my mother going through it for 10 years, it was horrible. But the urgency that Nick is displaying, Faith won't make it if you don't get Adam there, today. It was ridiculous. I mean, they should have had left the whole dialysis thing out, and they should have just said she needs an immediate kidney transplant. The dialysis won't help because it's too far gone. So they should have said something like that to make Nick make sense with his urgency of risking a tornado to get Adam to Genoa City as soon as possible. That would have been... See, I'm a writer. So, if you need somebody on the writing team, I'm here. I'll make it make sense. I can make it make sense. Trust me. But anyway, moving on. Victor refusing to tell Ray about Faith was... really one of the highlights of the week for me, because he eavesdropped and overheard that Victor doesn't actually know where Adam is, and he's like, you really don't know where Adam is, or were you doing that for my benefit? And Victor's like, who the hell are you for me to be doing anything for your benefit? Get out of my face. And then when he eavesdrops again, he hears something happen with Faith, and Victor's like, this doesn't concern you. I mean, he already left Sharon, so he's like, get away. So I love Victor being Victor again. Moses keeps slightly stalking Faith, and I say slightly stalking because Faith does like Moses, but Moses has gone from 0 to 150. Like, the moment he saw Faith, he was like, oh, she's mine. And when Nate is telling him, look, she can't have visitors, he's like, well, can I just sit here? Maybe do a shift? If he was her boyfriend, I could understand that. But once again, he's like Sally. This quick obsessive behavior, like it doesn't. It's not romantic. It's not loving. He doesn't. He's not in love with Faith. So it's like I can understand him being concerned. Okay, so when she can have visitors, can you let me know? That would have made more sense to me than Moses like, well, I'm just gonna sit out here for a girl I barely know. Summer and Kyle have a love scene. I love the moment Sharon and Nick talking and Nikki in the background because it was a very interesting visual. Nikki was in the room with Faith in the little square window. You could see sort of like Nikki sort of like, you know, moving and in the background. And just as a director, because I also direct and produce and I had my own web series and done a movie, um, I just like the cinematography of it. It was something different that you normally don't get to see in soaps, and I know that when I direct, sometimes I like to have something in the background. It's not too distracting, but it was just nice. So if you've ever done anything on a production end, you'll probably feel me a little bit more. But I really enjoyed that scene just for the fact that Nikki was in the room behind them and just sort of like moving around a little bit. And then she heard her key line, and when she was ready to supposed to come out, Summer and Kyle have a love scene. I'm sorry, Imani said that. Oh, here it is. I had put this in the. As soon as I saw it, I made this note so I wouldn't forget it. So this is the last thing we're going to talk about. Imani said that her mother would do anything to protect the family name, and she would do anything not to upset Sutton. And while Amanda was thinking that she's trying to cover for Sutton, and Imani keeps saying, this is not going to go well if you keep investigating. You know, the family's not what you think. And Amanda wasn't catching the hint. I caught it. That she was making it sound like her mother is the one that caused her father's accident. That she would do anything for Sutton and anything to protect the family name. She gave up her babies, for goodness sakes. So, yeah, if she felt like the father was going to get Sutton arrested or something like that, yeah, she would do it. So now I'm convinced that Naya is the one that is going to, as a surprise, come out. That Naya is the one who sabotaged the car and caused the accident. So Imani knows the truth. So she's like, this is what she's been trying to warn Amanda, that your mother did it. And if you continue with this investigation, you will lose your mother because she'll get locked up. And this is my personal opinion. This ain't even a rumor mill. This is what I got from watching that scene. So a lot of people, it probably went over their head, but I would love to know in the comment section if you caught that. That they're implying that the mother did it, not the father. Or, Victor didn't do it. So the best moment of the week is the non-social distance scenes increased with Summer and Kyle, Nick and Sharon, Lily and Billy, Victor and Nikki, Jack and Sally, Tara and Sally were all less than 6 feet apart or had a love scene. Still having social distancing scenes. Devon and Hillary 2.0, Nick and Phyllis, Devon, Imani and Amanda. So this sort of gives you the contrast of how the show is working its way to looking like it used to. The best moment of the week, the worst moment of the week was I originally put summer hair and makeup on the Thursday episode, Sally's obsession with Jack, and I really hope she isn't going crazy again. Nick pretending to put Adam's number in his phone with some of the notes that I put for it was so many, for worst moments of the week. I had to rewind. So and you can go ahead on Paramount Plus or your DVR and look at this, but when he asked Sharon for Adam's number, he just pulls his phone out. He don't turn it on. He don't punch something to get to the call. He just pulls out his phone. Got it. And he did it twice. So he did it when with Victor too. So I just picked that up. But that was something I caught early. But the actual worst moment, those should be honorable mentions. The actual worst moment of the week was Nick and Phyllis pretending to be two other people trying to spice up their romance, socially distanced. And it's been, 2 years now, and Phyllis still hasn't had a storyline to speak of on the show. Nothing anybody cares about. So, yeah. I think Michelle should have stayed on General Hospital, and they should have kept Gina. So let me know what you think. But thank you for watching. Hopefully you made it to the end of the video, and I'll see you in the next one.